Today I am going to tell you how I brainstorm with sticky notes. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to need some sticky notes, something to put the sticky notes on. This is just a white piece of paper, and you're going to need some sort of timer or alarm that you can set for 10 minutes and something to write with. So this is a pretty simple exercise, and one that I have adapted from Pat Flynn's Will It Fly book, and I will link that down in the description box below. You can use this really for anything in your life. I have used this to figure out what I want to do with my whole life. It's helped me name my dream life, which I'll link that video below. And like I said, you can really use it for anything. You can use it for a simple project. You can use it if you want to write a book. You can use it if you want to strategize and figure out goals for your whole life. So today, what I'm going to use it for is to figure out a couple of projects that I want to work on, but I'm not sure what direction I want to take them. So I'm just going to brainstorm and write ideas down on my sticky notes, and then kind of go through them and kind of tell you where I am. So I will set the timer for 10 minutes and we will get started. Alright, so what I'm going to do is write ideas as I think of them on my sticky notes and just stick them to this piece of paper, and I'm going to do that for 10 minutes. I have tried taping this where I talk to you about what I'm writing down and why I'm writing it down, and that really makes me lose my train of thought, so I'm taping this over and I'll just kind of fast forward through this portion, but you'll kind of see what I'm doing anyway, and then I'll talk to you about it. So I'm going to hit start and we will get started. Okay, that is my 10 minutes are up. Turn this off. I'll flip that over. Okay, so now I have this big pile of sticky notes, and I am going to kind of sort and group them by categories. So kind of what was going through my mind while I was doing this changed a little bit from my initial, from what I was thinking initially. I started thinking of other things. So basically, the problem I'm trying to solve is that I want to work from home, doing something that I really enjoy and something creative, something that can help people. So I'm trying to figure out which direction I want to go with that. One thing is my YouTube videos. I think it's really fun to do those, and I hope you guys are liking them. But I want to do more creative videos. I want to help you guys reach your goals. But I also kind of want to help you dig a little deeper and learn more about yourselves so you can make better goals. All the projects that I'm looking at are number one, a company called Botage that I want to start with my mother. It's going to be like an online store is what I'm picturing it. And I would like to make Southern inspired like ephemera and stickers and maybe scrapbook paper and so forth. And to help me with that goal, I have been taking a surface design class. So that's kind of in the works, but I really don't know the direction. So I've got some things going on with that. Something else I've started and I need to keep working on is my vision book. I've got all that mapped out. I just need to finish my execution on that. But I don't know if I want to make those YouTube videos that are free, or if I want to make some shorter videos that are free and then make like a class that somebody could really sit down and kind of dig into and really make a really great project out of it. So I'm kind of stumped with that one. I also have my personal roadmap journal that I'm working on, and I have pages I want to do in that. I have some ideas, but I need more ideas for that. And for some reason didn't come up with a whole lot during this project. I guess we'll just kind of go through the sticky notes and see where we get. So I'm just going to kind of pull these off and kind of sort them out. Okay, so Botage is my company that I want to start with my mother. And die cuts are one of the things I want to make, so that's going to go into there. And I've got journal, that's going to be something separate. Stickers will go with that. Scrapbook paper. Question list. Okay, surface pattern design is going to go with this. Vision book is something different. Let's see. Amazon is where I could potentially sell things. Instagram, I need to tie in basically to show my products. Etsy, I could potentially sell things. I need to look at other markets. Selling, packaging, work with my mother, work from home. Okay, now I was reading this book, what is it called? At a Journal Workshop, and it was written by a psychologist, and it's kind of about getting to know yourself, kind of your deep, dark self, and I think that's interesting. I'd like to work on that. And things I love, I think that's going to be part of my roadmap journal. And I think art's going to kind of tie into that. Books I've read. Ephemera is going to go over here. Personal development is going to tie into my roadmap journal. Let's see. Learning and conventions. Personal development, learning is kind of the same thing. Conventions, that could tie into this, or it could tie into somewhere where I could sell my products potentially. So we're going to put it over here. Public versus private. I'm going to put that under vision book because that's something I was struggling with. I wrote that twice. This is my roadmap journal. Put that there. Okay, evidently I wrote that more than once. I was trying to create one great big journal that had everything in it. And I think I'm really struggling with that. I think if I separate things out, that I could start working on my projects, and I'm not struggling with that anymore. I can see them as 3 separate journals. So I'm going to just kind of put that there. Free versus paid. I was looking at that for vision books. In real life classes, that's going to kind of go over here with vision books because I'm thinking I could do that. Video classes, same thing. Okay, we have work from home again. Okay, I'm an introvert. That kind of goes with working from home and why I want to work from home. Maybe that needs to be a whole separate category. I need to be true to my nature. Okay, royalties will go to if I lease. Is lease the right word? I don't think that's the right word. If I let some license is the right word. If I let somebody license my work. Okay, a VA, virtual assistant, and small. Those all go with the kind of business I want. Let's see, evidently free versus paid was on my mind because I wrote it down more than once. Being able to take vacation, that kind of goes in with the kind of life I want to lead. Not sure what I meant by this. Weekly and monthly. Yeah, oh, I know what that was. That was like kits or releases or something like that. How I would release product. How to make money. Tie both together. Evidently I was thinking about this. Not sure what I meant by that. But like a girl's, oh, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so over here on Botage, I was thinking that my mom and I and maybe a couple of friends could go around for some girls' weekends and just visit some of these small southern towns. But I was also thinking, well, if I want to give in real life classes, I might can tie those together. So I'm going to put this, no, actually this needs to go over here. Maybe this will go with how I work. This will be Botage, girls' weekend, and in real life classes. Hope if I spelled that right. Okay, we're going to put that to the side. And tie-ins, that kind of goes with that. The South. Stories. Kits. Okay, other books to write. So that's kind of a whole nother project. Meditation. Now that could tie into in real life classes if we're doing some sort of goal setting. All right. Okay, these are types of products. Okay, creative coach kind of goes in with this. Into research. Input. Okay, that goes with how my brain works. I need lots of input for my brain. Yoga kind of goes over here with this stuff. Roadmap journal, that's this pile. small classes, maybe a retreat. Oh, we have classes again. Planners would be a product that I might can use for my botage lawn. Ephemera. Clothing. Pillows. Jewelry. Vintage Bohemian, which is kind of where the botage name came in. It's Bohemian and vintage kind of combined, sort of. Southern Hospitality ties in with that. Different featured artist. I thought about if I did something like a cool planner or something. Every year you could have a different featured artist. I thought that might be interesting. Products, collage, multimedia, hand drawn. All this ties into how I would make products. Type of style. Okay, and how my brain works goes to how I want to work. Okay, that's like a Post-it note. Okay, so I wrote down other books to write, but I really didn't write down what I want to write about, so that's kind of something by itself. My vision book, I think I could make that into videos and the class. That could tie into maybe retreats with yoga and meditation, stuff like that. So that's kind of that pile. My psychology journaling book I was reading, that kind of ties into the 3 separate journals. So one would be my vision book. One would be this more private journal, and one would be my roadmap journal, which is kind of more personal development. So that's about what I'm learning, personal development, and I might do kind of tie in some fun mixed media with that. Not sure how that would work, but that's kind of where I am. And then this is the company I want to start, and all the different things I can do with that. And then this is basically how I want to work. So just to recap, I set the timer for 10 minutes, and I brainstormed, and I wrote down everything I could think of. And botage was actually my starting point. I already had that name and kind of had a little bit of a clue of what I wanted to do, but I just wanted to do some brainstorming. Then I took the big pile of sticky notes, and I divvied them up into separate categories. So I ended up with books, which I could then elaborate on. Like, I want to write some novels, or maybe I want to write a book about vision boards. So there's other things I could then go back and add to this list. My vision board book, vision board classes, retreats, that all ties together. Psychology journal. My personal roadmap journal. My business I want to start to work from home, and how I want to work from home. I don't want a big company. I want to be able to work by myself, because that's how I work best. In the quiet, because that's how I work best. And knowing I'm an introvert, I really don't want people in my space. So I would probably end up having a virtual assistant. So this is kind of our starting point. And I will kind of show you a little bit more about this in our next video. But work through this and get to this point, and then watch the next video on this topic, and I will show you what I do next. So thanks for watching, and if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe below if you want me to keep coming to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And thank you for watching.